So many things can aggravate a man of my caliber. But, one thing I'm noticing, and it's becoming more and more prevalent, is when you buy something on a, customer service level with food and you're like, in the line to check out. I mean, you're not sitting down to eat. There's no waiter or waitresses or concierge or bellboys or greeters. I mean, you're coming in and, hi, I'll take that. And they put it in a container and they swipe your card. Then they bring over this keypad to want to know if you want to leave a tip or not by percentage or by dollar amount, And more and more places are doing this. And my thinking is, what really upsets me is, okay, you're not providing me a service. You're standing behind a counter. I said, I want that muffin right there. You put it in a container, and then you expect a tip. Well, I don't think, first of all, you deserve a tip. But secondly, I think the crux of the real problem here is this. We need to start paying people a living fucking wage in this country, okay? Good old Utah here, it still adheres to the federal minimum wage of $7.65 an hour, I believe it to be. Now, we all know $7.65 can't even buy you a fucking pack of cigarettes these days. Trust me, I know, all right? And Biden and his promises in the next 3 years, we're going to have the national minimum wage is $15. Well, 3 more years from now, you should make it 20. A couple of years ago, King County, Seattle area, Washington, they made it $15 an hour. Now the whole fucking state of Washington, I hear, is $15 an hour. So if you're some, butt-sniffing, nose-picking dweeber who's a junior in high school and you're working at the malt shop or at Sonic, they start you out at 15 or higher. All right? People here are busting their ass and doing their thing, and I just got a raise from like $10.75 to $11.25 after being here a year. They bumped me up 50 cents. 50 cents full time for a year. God forbid if you have a mortgage or a rent on a house or apartment or a girlfriend or a kid or something. That's not a living wage. And then with this tip stuff, stop asking the consumer to tip the employee. I'm already paying, I'm sure, a premium for whatever it is I'm buying. Okay? And I'm willing to do that. That's why I'm here. But then to ask me to tip when no services were rendered except the basic, hi, how are you? Okay, this is what you want here. Boom, in a container. You didn't cook me anything, no prep work, nothing. It took 40 seconds, right? And you want a tip. It's not that I don't want to tip you or I'm just trying to be cheap. It's like your fucking employer needs to start paying you a living wage so it doesn't put the obligation or the felt responsibility on the consumer to tip you, I mean, tips usually another word for tip is gratuity, okay? It's Latin derivative of gratitude, okay? You're doing your job. You're getting paid probably too little to provide the service to help said customers coming into the store. So why I should tip you for something so paltry on a $2.98 bill that's with tax for one of these custom cupcakes because I wanted something special today because I wanted to expand my palate, right? But then, I can tip $1, $2 or more. Well, I didn't leave a tip, not because I'm trying to be rude. Again, pay your fucking employees what they're worth and stop putting the obligation or the felt responsibility on the consumer. Pay somebody a living wage, a living salary, so this kind of ridiculousness doesn't happen. If you're a waitress, a stripper, a bartender, yeah, you're living on tips, and that going in. It's as old as the crucifixion. But somebody who's working in a pizza parlor or a bakery or a Sonic or wherever the fuck else, I'm just noticing more and more, would you like to leave a tip? Why? Why don't you talk to your employer and say, look, why aren't you paying me more? I mean, the customer was already paying a premium for whatever it is he wants. And now we're asking more out of the customer, It's like government needs to chip in more. Stop asking the people to pick up the tab for the new football and baseball complexes and stadiums and shit. You know, we don't get to name it. We don't get preferential treatment for tickets or anything special, but you know, it's thrown on our fucking backs, right? So maybe we should just start paying people more of what they fucking deserve, right? And stop putting the obligatory on Joe Schmo, right? I mean, it's ridiculous. And I don't know, it's just something that's been annoying me. And I was confronted with it again today. And it's like, you know, why the hell is the consumer being asked to pay so much when the employer wants to be a fucking Jew bag, right? Have a good day. Enjoy the weather if you have it. I love you. And I'm going to go in and make some coffee because in this, here, let me tell you one thing about Utah people. If you're not here, don't come here. If you like bland people and bland food and a lot of fucking overtones of religion, this is the place for you. If you don't, stay away. Traveler's tip from your Uncle Ernie.